Yo, what's good? What's happening? We back. Brand new episode 3 from the ring. This your boy Chris J. Got the boy Trail Sav here via audio satellite.
What's poppin'? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good, you good.
Oh, okay, good.
Man. But either way, we here, we giving you guys another episode, man. Extremely late. I think literally we should have been did this episode, but it is what it is. Life has been lifing. My man's is blessed. I'm blessed, but either way, we good. But we give you guys an episode because you guys deserve content either way. But let's go ahead and get right into it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to YouTube Media YouTube channel. Make sure you guys comment, tell us how you feel, share with the people, do all that good stuff. New episode of Attack on Culture, more of a special episode with that, because me and Cam, we talked anime strictly. So with the summer anime season about to be looking really, really decent, we gave you guys our recommendations for this upcoming season, which probably starts in the next couple of weeks. But either way, check it out. Check out all the content we got for you guys. I still got something in the works that I got as well, especially if you are a football fan. So something to keep in mind and be anticipating. But let's go ahead and get right into it. We're just talking strictly basketball on this episode. Night champions happened. I just don't feel like talking about it right now. So we'll probably give you guys our wrestling episode probably as Saturday night main event in the women's evolution pay-per-view gets closer. But let's get into it. NBA Finals. So the NBA Finals is officially over with. OKC is your new NBA champions for the 2024-25 season. Shout out to them being the best team in the league and holding it down from start to finish. So shout out to them. You guys get y'all flowers. Shout out to Shea. Arguably one of the best seasons for an individual player since Shaq, winning scoring title, MVP, Western Conference MVP, and Finals MVP all in 1 year. So first player to do it since Shaq, but also the first player of this era where we actually have conference MVPs for the playoffs as well. So shout out to Shea when it comes to that, bro. You did your thing. You made Trail a believer, made me a believer over time as well. Happy for the team as well. We'll talk about the Pacers shortly and their unfortunate shortcoming and tragic shortcoming at that. But your thoughts on OKC and just overall the season that they produced?
Yeah, man, it's really good. I think the season that they put together was I don't know how to say it. I don't want to say it was like a miracle because like Sam Presti, I think that's the GM, right?
Sam Presti, I think it's vice president of basketball operations.
Okay, yeah. So
either way, he got a big title.
He put this together, and so I don't want to call it a miracle because when people called him crazy, he saw what was possible in the future. So I can't say it's a miracle, but I also just think like what they did, other teams should follow suit. And what I mean by that is just being patient. Like they were patient, and their patience was rewarded. Not a lot of people can be in a situation and be like, hey, I'm about to, I don't know how to say it. I'm about to try to build a championship team. I got all these young assets. Let's go. And some people do that, fat out it don't work, then blow the team up right afterwards. Look at Dallas. Look at other situations across the league. So shout out to them. They stayed patient and it really worked out. They dominated. Other than that Jokic series, they dominated that whole Western Conference. People really wasn't on their level. So
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like they this was legit. This was a prime example of just seeing a young team grow up before our very eyes throughout this whole playoffs for them. Even like the finals, they sweated a little bit, mainly because the Pacers never died until the very end. But
Yeah.
but like first round, they had the Grizzlies. They did what they were supposed to do against the Grizzlies. Honestly, they really dominated the hell out of the Grizzlies. Even like people say, oh well, the Grizzlies would have won one, maybe two if Ja never got hurt. We would never know. All that did was just prove that Jaren Jackson can't rebound and he has no offensive moves besides shoot jump shots. Jokic series against Denver, that was just a prime example of look, you really got to beat because arguably the Nuggets were still the defending Western Conference champs in terms of the last champion coming out the West and arguably the best player in the league. You had to beat him and you legit beat him decisively with that. Then you had the series. Who the hell they played in the Western? Oh yeah, the Timberwolves. Outside of that one game where T-Wolves caught fire, they really dominated that series as well. So you really saw a team grow up, took their L's, figured it out the next game, and won. And it was good to see. Of course, with CJ McCollum's CBA, the biggest question is how can they keep this team together? And with early signs how we're looking at this NBA offseason with some of these contracts, I think these GMs and even some of these players are accepting reality. Not everybody's getting the max, bro. Not everybody's getting the max. So over time, we will probably see if a Jalen Williams gets the Shea money or Chet gets the $200 million contract and stuff. We don't know. Because as of right now, with the TV revenue, we still haven't even seen the new TV revenue deals kick how affects salary cap until maybe another 3 years from now. So we're ways away, and I think that's right around the time when they got to start paying people. So with that said, they'll be fine. Plus, you still have picks out the wazoo as well. So even if you sit there and be like, all right, Caruso's going to age himself out, cool, we can replace him. We're hoping Casey Wallace develops into what Caruso is. They just paid Jalen Williams, the fake Duke dentist, Jalen Williams, his money. He's around for another 3 years. On top of that, that's who you hope to replace Harkenstein in another year or two. So you have him on a budget right now. So even some of your younger role players, you got them locked up at the moment until you actually got to pay. So we'll see what things go over time, but I think they'll be fine. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, yeah, here, put the dynasty tag on them. No. This league is too parity driven, and once again, because of CJ McCollum, CBA, teams are screwed. The Boston Celtics, when Jason Tatum comes back in 2026, 2027, it's an entirely different team he's going to look at.
You know, and a lot of people are blaming the CBA, but I think blaming the CBA, I honestly, to be completely honest with you, I think that not disrespect, that's the wrong word. I think that let the owners off the hook why it shouldn't. You have to build a team and build it right. That means you got to get the best people, the best personnel to build said team. And if you can't do that, you can't be like, well, you know, we hit the second apron and such and such and such and such. Like, and that's why I respect Steve Ballmer. That nigga don't care about no second apron. Now, I know he's dang the original owner. But he don't care about no second apron. I want to compete. So I'm going to make ways to compete. And, you know, the Clippers are always going to be a second-rate team in LA. And he don't even care about that. You know, he said, I want to compete. I'm going to do anything in my power to compete. And avoiding a second apron is relying on talent. Like, especially if you're in the market where you're not going to get any free agents. You rely on your young talent. You develop your young talent. And don't just sit there and freaking tank for picks that you probably won't see. You know what I'm saying? Because like Shea, he was top 5 in his draft. But look what they found. Look what the Clippers found. But look what OKC understood. You know what I'm saying? I think the same thing for like Jalen Williams, all NBA player. You know what I mean? And teams like Washington or teams like Charlotte that's just sitting there and being butt for no reason, you can't blame no second apron. Like Milwaukee can't blame a second apron for the situation they're going to went through. One, Dame snapped his Achilles, and two, you traded Drew Holiday for that nigga, not the other way around. You traded Drew Holiday for him.
I believe you should have traded Middleton, but hey,
like you traded Drew Holiday for him. Like Lakers can't get mad at the whole second apron thing. If you traded away your role players for Westbrook, that puts you in the situation that you're in now. You know what I'm saying? So, like, nobody can get mad at the dumb decision and blame CJ McCollum. Because if CJ McCollum didn't do what he did, teams would just buy talent. And it shouldn't go like that. Your GMs should earn their keep and not be considered a great GM just because LA is a destination people want to play at. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be a good GM. Part of being a good GM is having scouts around you that can find talent. If you can't find talent, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? So like that's why bump CJ McCollum is a thing that teams are gonna have to mess with. But is the second apron really the reason the Bulls are the middest team in the whole entire world?
Nope.
Like, come on. Is the second apron the reason the Charlotte Hornets will never sniff a playoff? Like, so that's why me personally, I can't be like, oh, this second apron is ruining teams. Boston didn't care about that second apron until they star player was gone. Because if they would have won a championship now, they probably would have, of course, they would have got probably under it a little bit by probably getting rid of Porzingis and letting the white dude play center. But other than that, they was going to keep building them to fight for championships. When you're in contention, not even just winning a championship or going to a final, but if you sniffing in contention, that apron pays for itself. Because niggas are going to go to your basketball games.
Yep.
So like, I just hate when teams have excuses like that. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't. That's not the Avon Barksdale. That's not the way the game is played. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas just gotta lock in. But that's my little rant on that. It's still FCJ McCollum, but it's not. Yeah. I ain't that mad at him to tell you the truth.
Yeah. Either way, he still got finesse, and the owners even the owners didn't realize they were getting finessed this badly. But before we move on completely, Pacers. So they did take OKC to 7. And in the waning minutes of the first quarter, Tyrese Halliburton, Achilles said no more. Unfortunately. Really sad moment to see. Really, really sad moment to see, especially once again, playing through a calf injury is no joke. It's what you're risking it. We've seen it with KD. We've seen it with a couple other players as well.
With
Dame, and I think mainly, and with Dame was mainly because I think the blood clot was in his calf anyway. So that was more of a concern with Dame. Tatum was just more of a freak accident, even though I think that he had an ankle injury. I think that but either way, unfortunately,
you can tell that they knew that the Achilles popping was something that might can happen in that series. and it hurts my heart every time I think about it. But when Tyrese Halliburton went down, if you look closely in that video, when that trainer walked up to him, he said, "Yeah, it was that."
He knew
So
as
they
soon as he
knew.
hit the ground.
Yeah, he knew as soon as he hit the ground. But the trainer automatically coming up and saying, was it your Achilles? Yeah, it was. It's definitely my Achilles. It popped. Because they say you can. I guess the person can hear it when they pop, like when it
Yeah,
pops.
certain like those type of things you can either. It's like
I know it's
I
probably
had a
like an electric
classmate.
shock that go through your body because
Yeah,
it's popping a muscle.
I had a teammate, not a teammate. It was a classmate in Columbia. He told me he had a torn Achilles, and he wasn't an athlete. But if you like a regular person, you can feel like something's not right because you feel like something's empty.
Yeah.
That's what he said was his experience. He said it felt empty right there.
God.
So those type of things I've heard with ACLs or even MCLs, like the knee cartilage, you can hear the pop as well. You're just not sure which one's which unless you excessively did it before in the past or something. But so it's one of those things where you kind of immediately know because you hear a pop in your body and depending where it is. So unfortunately, that's how it really is. So once again, that was a sad situation. I wish it didn't happen at all. It sucks that I really wish, even though like with Game 6 they beat the living daylights out of OKC in that game, where it was like, okay, he was able to rest.
Yeah.
Going into Game 7, it was like, of course, he's like, look, I'm going hard. Pause. And what happened. So
yeah, it looked like, to be honest with you, it looked like it was a possibility for them to win the championship.
Yeah.
Like, I know a lot of people had OKC as like the big favorites in there, but it looked like Tyrese Halliburton was going to cement his legacy, bro. Because he had like what? Like, what is it? 3 threes
he was 3
in like 8 minutes?
In the first quarter. Yeah, he was like 3 for 4. And then him and Shea was about to go to war. They was legit about to go to war. And then we as fans got screwed out of it because of just him playing through an unfortunate injury in regards to his calf. So, but I really do wish Halliburton the best. We're probably not going to see him at all next year. Like at all.
Him or Tatum.
Yeah, him or Tatum is a slim chance. We might possibly.
Nah, Boston, with Boston doing what they doing, they said they don't even want to compete.
They said, look, man, everybody can go. Everybody got a price.
And Tatum's taller, so it probably take him more, because it took KD 700 in some days.
Well, KD took additional time as a whole. Like I think if they said if the Nets made the playoffs that year, which I think they did, they was going to let them play. And I think even KD said, "No, I'm not gonna rush back." He legit said, "I wasn't gonna bother trying to rush back."
I wanna talk about, before we get off of that. I want to say this: like, a lot of people is saying that this is a call for the season and they should lower the game. I think lowering the games is so disrespectful to the people who played the game before them.
No, I agree. I was
really
an advocate of it before, but it's not. It's just the fact I think, players just gotta treat their bodies better.
Yeah, like I think like for people to go out and lower the games because people think it's more of an injury risk. Like, we can have a conversation about the pace. The pace is too fast, and that's ruining their bodies. But also, like, them dudes was playing basketball for years before they even thought about the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not regular.
Yeah. Like, even though people argue the argument, people say AAU thing, there's a difference. Some of these dudes is playing AAU from January to January, dude.
Yeah. And this is the only sport. Like, you might have a little league football and high school football, but other than that, them niggas not playing all year round football.
Can you imagine all year football? If there was AAU for football, G, that would be disgusting. And most for football, you might get a camp. Like, hey, I'm going to this camp in the spring or something like that. And that's for even the best players we're talking about. We ain't seeing 3-4 star recruits. And I think that's part of the issue is it's dudes who, to be honest, look, there's some dudes at Curie. Y'all was raw. But G, y'all wasn't number one. Y'all wasn't number one prospect raw. Y'all shouldn't have been hooping year round like that. Just being real. So if it's a Jason Tatum caliber player, we're talking like top 50 ESPN ranked guys is playing year round, constantly year round for an insert AAU team. Of course, that shouldn't be happening. It's just being realistic.
My question is, and then people can let us know if they can. Yo, is AAU even needed? Europeans don't got no goddamn AAU.
They have, if anything, like they have more. What if
they got some? More, if they really cold, like you could be like Luka and play in the pro league. But
yeah, you could be a Luka or but also they have what they do in Europe. So if you watch the Olympics documentary for the basketball, when they were highlighting France, they elite athletes. They actually go to like a boarding school type thing for the athletes. So like they prep you and all of that. It's like a special prep school, which it is some of these like that in the United States. But ain't no AAU. You just hoop. And if you good enough, you might play a little bit of pro. Like if you're a Luka really good, like Luka's a generationally good talent. Yeah, Wemby was playing. He was like freaking 16 playing pro. So
and then even within, it's still not like a. It's like you get you conditioning better and stuff like that, as in those type of areas and whatnot. Like them AAU coaches is, I'm gonna keep it a bean. I'm not gonna say all of them, but a lot of them niggas is there to take your money. It's just expensive.
Yep.
And that's just being honest. Like a lot of niggas just take your money. Cause if look, I'm gonna keep it real with people. Like, and not to go off topic, but I would have told niggas, your kid not making it, yo.
Hey, look, bro. All I'm gonna say is, I've told somebody that they little cousin ain't good enough, man. He too short. He should consider football. Be a cornerback, G, and be better off for the boy. But that's not my place. I just say because as somebody, Curie, we had some raw hoopers. We had the number one prospect before he went to Morgan Park. I've seen Anthony Davis in person. So it's like I've seen number one athletes, top 50 athletes hoop. I know what it looked like. Shit. Yeah. I went to Beasley. I seen Derrick Rose. Man. So I just know what it looked like. I know what. Oh, that's a pro athlete right there. Look like. And I'm not talking like NBA pro, or semi-pro. I'm talking that's a pro athlete. As in, even if they don't want to, they could go overseas if they so choose. So, look, a lot of these AAU coaches are finessers. A lot of them are, and they selling dreams. And I'm kind of tired of it. Stop selling dreams. Stop selling dreams. Stop taking money from these kids, from these black mothers, from these fathers, and all of that because you're trying to sell hoop dreams. At the end of the day, if you want to sell it on like, hey, I get your kid in college, cool, but he don't got to hoop year round, G. He don't got to hoop year round. Let him find another sport. Let him do track and field, nigga. Let him play baseball. That's all I'm saying, G, because like I feel like basketball is legit the only sport where you have to play year round when it's not the case. Football players don't. Soccer players don't.
Niggas need to start being like Ace Bailey, but with these AAU niggas. I'm not doing that.
I don't have to. I'm raw enough. I know I'm raw. Coaches are coming to me. I know I'm good.
Yeah.
Why do I need to showcase against
I
other
don't see
people?
why. I don't see why. I can understand like to go against like talent on the same level as you, like for competition reasons.
And I'm gonna be real with that once again. If you raw, your school is known. If you are raw enough, once again, Derrick Rose, yeah, I think well, Derrick Rose at most probably in terms of AU circuit probably just went did the like whatever's neighbor and all that. That's why he was able to play Teague and them. But
Yeah.
once again, if your high school team is raw enough, other people are coming to play you because you're the best prospect. So it's like, oh yeah, like a Simeon is going to play Oak Hill or something. I don't even think Oak Hill
Yeah.
is as raw as they used to be, like when they used to get Melo and Brandon Jennings and all of that. Or like where Cooper and Derek Queen and them went to school at Montverde, those type of schools. They're gonna come to you if you that raw. If you're that raw, they are coming to you, whether it's for an exhibition or you get invited to like national tournaments and stuff like that happen in the middle of the like around Christmas and stuff. So this is my thoughts, man.
Yeah.
Look, I feel like if you from Illinois, look, you don't even really need to do AAUG. Why? If you're raw in Illinois, you're going to get noticed because we are our basketball capital.
It's just like I don't know, man. I can understand for people who you know who gotta make a name for themselves, so they literally have to do this. This, I guess, I mean, like they gotta do the AAU stuff, but for if you know it, nigga, you 6'8" in 8th grade, you had a basketball in your hand the moment you grew up. I think you good, bro.
You should be. Like you just gotta work on your game, make sure your footwork fine, bro. That's all it is. But, I don't know, man.
I was listening to one of the drive prospects. I forget which one. I think they was on 520 podcast. And they was talking about, yeah, man, like, and I'm saying this as a good thing. It was like, you know, my coaches taught me I couldn't take a jump shot at all. I had to get it in the paint. Like I had to make sure I know how to score in the paint. And I'm like, bro, that's fire, bro. Why can't more people do that? Like instead of, you know, sit there and let these kids who dang well know they can't be shooting. Because somebody said you're not supposed to be shooting so early at a young age because you ain't got no strength in your arm. So when you get older and you try to do jump shots and stuff and you got all this muscle, you ain't gonna know how to shoot.
It messes up your form. I think that's where I think we see a lot of players have really bad forms and stuff nowadays as well. So because they trying to overcompensate for strength that they don't have, which is like okay, well, hey man, just do better. I just feel like just to prevent these type of injuries, year-round hooping isn't necessary. Like I think basketball is legit the only sport where you play year-round. Soccer, I don't really hear nothing about soccer. Or baseball, really don't hear nothing like that. But if you raw, I think you'll get noticed. But who knows? But let's go ahead and move on. So KD got traded. Niggas getting traded. That's where we at right now with the offseason. People getting traded. But after me and Tyler recorded last week, KD got traded literally, I think, later that day, or if not the next following day. KD is officially a Houston Rocket. He got traded for Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks. Hey, man, have fun in Phoenix, G. But shout out to the Rockets. I feel like both teams are in good situations. I like what the The Rock, I mean, yeah, the Rockets got what I feel like they really needed was a true primary scorer. KD's a guaranteed 25 plus, regardless. And from there, it's just, all right, look, every youngest got to get better. And I feel like they kept who I felt they should have kept. I'm glad they kept Jabari, Jabari Smith, whoever his name is.
Yeah.
Of course, look, I feel like Amen Thompson was off limits in that trade because I think he has all-star level potential. Who else? You kept Tari, and then you kept somebody else they kept. Oh, Reed Shepard too. So you got rid of Jalen Green, you got rid of Dylan Brooks. You at this point just saying, look, you guys got a vet hoop. You got a good coach because we extended Ime. Y'all in good situations. Figure it out. So
Yep.
So yeah, but your thoughts on the trade in itself?
I think it's a really good trade. Keeping like KD literally replaces what they wanted in Jalen Green as a person who can make shots down the stretch of a basketball game. Jalen Green couldn't make shots down the stretch. That's like it is messed up as it sounds. That's what happened.
Yep.
That's why he ain't on that team no more. Like Sengun, and Sengun. I to be honest, I don't think he got enough slander in that series as much as Jalen Green did, because Sengun was the all-star on that team.
Agreed, yeah.
He also didn't get them a bucket when they needed it. So I'm not going to, go full-fledged and just point the finger at Jalen Green, but Sengun got he got that European upside tax. So he gonna be good, but you got somebody who can, get a bucket down the stretch. Also, when being able to keep Jabari, Easton, the twin, KD don't have to play defense. One of the reasons
all three of them are good defenders.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. KD don't have to play defense.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he has to. I'm about to
say, he don't have to play defense. The problem in one of the problems in Phoenix is what he had a role defensively that he had to play, and just at his age, at his weight, his length, pause, niggas blowing back KD. So elite niggas are blowing back KD.
He ain't gonna give it his all, pretty much. He's not.
So I think this is a win-win for them. Like a super win, a great win. So yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with the trade. I think they gave up exactly what they need to give up. They got KD for cheap, like cheap. So if KD wanted, he like 30, he's 36, I think. So he probably got like 2 or 3 more years left in his league. Go down as one of the top leader scorers. He probably hit top 5 or something like that by the time he's done. And I honestly think they're one of the favorites to make it to the Western Conference Finals. Because I think people look at OKC as one of the big humps, and people not putting respect on kind of like the Warriors enough in terms of what they have. Like the Warriors really just need a competent center. And it's gonna get kind of ugly, to tell you the truth. If Jeff and Jimmy can stay healthy, and I know we hate the Warriors on this podcast, but I got to be honest, like they're gonna be a good team.
No, they will. It's just once again, it depends on the type of center they get. Like if you get a Vucevic, I'm sorry, no, that's not fixing up.
Please take Vucevic off this team. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. Draymond Green gonna chin check that nigga before the season over with, man.
Once again, exactly. It's not gonna work. Reason why? He don't play defense. All he does is space the floor, which is good, and he will get bored. Ain't gonna work.
Draymond gonna punch that nigga in the throat.
He will get played off the court come playoff time.
I'm alive, Draymond punch that nigga in the throat, bro.
Bro, it's gonna be. I don't know what European country Vooch is from, but look, man, It's gonna be dudes in Nico Bellic type suits and at his doorstep, man. If he pull the act. That's all.
Yeah, but shout out to the Houston Rockets though. They did a good job.
Yeah, they did. Like I said, they did what they were supposed to do.
That's gonna be a fun team to watch.
No, it will. Like they was already a fun team to watch prior to the trade until they saw the Warriors and they couldn't finish the job. But I'm looking
one day,
to
bro.
Look, man, somebody's going to knock them out in the first round, or look, basketball guys going to just do what they're supposed to do.
I need the Houston Rockets to beat the Warriors in a playoff series once while Curry is still playing basketball, bro.
Yep.
It just needs to happen.
That's the ghost that they need to be, honest. It needs to be them. Even if KD is on the team, let it be him.
Oh my God, KD sent the Warriors home. That fan base wouldn't know what to do. The fan base that kicked him out that city. Ooh,
it just needs to happen, man. But let's see other moves. Jordan Poole getting traded to New Orleans is hilarious. Look, man. When it comes to that was hilarious to see. That man went from Washington to suddenly now that man is a whole ass with the Pelicans.
Yeah.
I think CJ got traded once again. I think, as you said, if you get sent to Charlotte or Washington, yeah, bro, somebody don't like you. So CJ,
I don't like you at all.
Look, man, the owner said, "Look, bro, you making our life hell. Now we can't justify being cheap. We can use this to be cheap, but still making our life hell. You got to go." Man got punished. But Jordan Poole with Freak Man Zion, that should be very interesting. Even though that a lot of people are saying the Pelicans might be one of the worst teams in the league next year. Which
they made the dumbest decision ever, bro, in trading their pick for. And it's not it's not even with the Jordan Poole. For them to get Derek Quinn.
Yeah,
that was the dumbest decision in the whole entire draft. Look, niggas might look stupid. I could eat my words and say, look, Derek Quinn and Zion is gonna make the greatest duo known to man. But if I'm being honest, the Pelicans might be historically bad next year, and you gave up your pick.
Yeah, because they overtraded. They overtraded in that situation, so I get it. But you did to yourself, man. That's all I'm gonna say. But let's go ahead and look at the Celtics as well. Drew Holiday and Porzingis were both flipped back-to-back days as well. Drew Holiday is a Blazer for the second time. Now, will he actually play as a Blazer is a whole different story. So we will see in the next couple of weeks what will happen in regards to that, because rumors are saying he's unhappy about that. But in that trade, the Celtics got Anthony Simons, and I don't know who in the blue hell is Anthony Simons stands, but I was seeing some people saying, hey, this makes a hell of a difference. Y'all saying that until, once again, that man don't play a lick of defense, but he getting 25.
I think the Celtics made a good decision, not even just because Anthony Simons can be a good, I don't want to call that nigga a project, but he could be a good, there's a chance he could be a good guard, and then if he not, you just don't pay the nigga.
Pretty much let that man walk.
You let him walk.
And it's still a tradable contract come trade deadline too.
Real tradable.
Because I think he only got 25 mil, and 25 mil in this era is actually cool money. So it's like, look, bro, who else getting 25 mil? But yeah, that's a look. I'm not one of those people that's gonna sit and say, oh my God, Celtics are going to be really good, because once again, in the Porzingis trade, they got Georges Niang, and that dude has played on like 5 different teams in 3 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Shout out to that. But you're getting picks and you're out the second. It's still hilarious though that Derek White and Jaylen Brown. One of them are the next to go. I don't think it's going to be both. I think it's going to be one of.
I think it's just a conversation that you're gonna have to have with Jaylen Brown. You ask Jaylen Brown like, "Hey, are you trying to compete, or are you trying to, sit here and wait for Jason Tatum?" Okay, I'm like, I thought that James Harden news was about to be something crazy.
Yeah,
But are
exactly.
you
I'm like,
trying
bro,
to wait for Jason Tatum? Because the way they don't ever put breaking on a nigga re-signing, bro. That's all I gotta say on that. But like, if he say no, I'm trying to compete. I'll call up the Spurs. Look, Derek White and Jason Tatum for Harper and some other stuff. Who says no? I mean, Jaylen Brown and Derek White for Harper, for Dylan Harper.
Harper. You could take Harper. Shit, bye, De'Aaron.
Ooh.
No, matter of fact, no. Screw it. De'Aaron and Castle can both. I keep Harper.
You keep Harper over Castle?
Yes, man, because I think Harper is going to be a better player long term. Both are going to be really good. In the perfect world, I think I will honestly try to get rid of De'Aaron eventually. Down the line.
I think if you keep Harper, you get rid of De'Aaron eventually.
Yeah, because I think Harper has potential to be like probably a top 5 guard in this league potentially. So, but I'd be like, you could have De'Aaron Fox, you could take Castle, and we can absorb them contracts because Wemby ain't due for another 3 years, and yeah, see what's up. Figure it out. We will figure it out.
Exactly.
But that's a playoff team right there as well.
Man, playoff team.
But we'll see what happens in regards to. Hold on. The funny thing about this Harden contract, second year is partially guaranteed. Hey, shout out to the Clippers GM for putting that in there. That is hilarious as hell.
That's smart.
That is hilarious as hell. But yeah. But I will say this about the Porzingis trade. The Hawks got a good trade on that.
Oh, that was really good. Exactly. And Porzingis, if he can play, I mean, the East wide open. You might as well try to see what you can do.
No, I agree. That's a really good trade for the Hawks. I pretty much, even though when you jokingly I said it jokingly, I'm like, he'll go somewhere random like the Hawks. And the fact that he got to the Hawks, Brad Stevens.
Somebody said, knowing his illness, I would never send him to the Hawks. But
hey,
Atlanta is.
That's still one of the funniest tweets I've seen all week, G. That was insane.
I feel so sorry for that nigga, man.
I was listening to a podcast. They already said he got AIDS, and I cried. I had to pull over. I was like, nah, G, y'all already said the man got AIDS. I cried. But no, G. But I like that move for the Hawks, especially because you're moving on from Clint Capella. And if Porzingis can at least play 60% of the season, you get him. Hopefully, whatever he has, he can get over during this offseason. And he plays 60% of the season because Porzingis and health don't get along at all. So it's just it is what it is when it comes to that. But if he's healthy enough and you get come playoff time, I think it works.
I'm just surprised, to be honest. I'm just surprised they didn't go for Zion. Atlanta.
Zion in Atlanta is already not a good look. Look, I know we don't know what Porzingis has, so that joke, yeah. Zion in New Orleans, in Atlanta is probably the worst thing that could happen for him. And that's just me being the truth. He already has allegations. He does not need to be in that city. By no means. That's the worst city for him to be. Like, the worst. So,
that nigga did crack more of your meals. That's just crazy.
and there's lots of them types in Atlanta. Unfortunately,
Speaking
lots
of
of
that, bro, I ain't know it was that many BBLs in a while now, bro.
bro. Like, look, I hate to get off topic, but yeah, like, bro, one of my coworkers, she was telling me that you can get a payment plan on it.
Bro, nigga, cloning your BBL should get you shot. Hard and feather.
BBL is crazy.
Real talk. Hard and feather, you clone a BBL. What type of nonsense is that? Man, that just made me mad.
Oh yeah, you can get a good doctor to do it. And I think Chicago is a city where you can get those things in now too. Like, I don't know what hospital, but like I've heard, that's all I can say and say.
That's like, in the BBL, man.
Hey, look, bro, the game nasty, bro. That's all I say. The game is nasty when it comes to that. So, especially, look, it's none of my business. Do what you want to do. It's your body, your choice, your money. But as long as ain't no, but let me look. As long as none of my homies pay for one, that's all I don't.
I can speak for myself. Look, I'm the wrong person. I think that's gonna happen.
I know. Look, you love yourself, my brother. But yeah. What other? Oh yeah, let's talk about the Lonzo. The Bulls made a move. Lonzo is a Cavalier. The Bulls got, what is it, Isaac Okoro, whatever the heck his name is. So he is.
Oh God. LeBron James going back to Cleveland.
It just got announced.
No. I just thought about it. Them niggas getting Lonzo, meaning they getting a guard to get out Darius Garland and send him to LA, along with Jared Allen, because the Lakers need a center, which brings LeBron James back to Cleveland.
Oh man, I was gonna say that to the end. I was gonna say that to the end, G.
I'm not lying when I don't even think I'm tweaking, bro. Like, this nigga really might be going back off that. Cause my thing is, why do you go for Lonzo? Like, why would you go for Lonzo?
Because you need a backup guard.
I mean, don't they have a backup guard already?
Max Strus.
To be honest, you got Lonzo, who's a real guard. He also defends. He also is liked by LeBron James. I might not be tweaking, man. And you in Cleveland, they already made Darius Garland available because they was going to trade him. I forget who they was going to trade him for. And you only to make it work so they don't hit the second apron is to get rid of Jared Allen and Darius Garland. And Lonzo just fits that. He just fits that.
Trade machine.
What'd you say?
I just put it in on the trade machine. Let's see. Cleveland will have 10 standard contracts. Okay, this is not one of those things because they're not really counting. They didn't. I guess they don't. LeBron does have a no trade clause.
Yeah. But think about it, and I didn't even hit you with the other reason I say that's about to happen. Year 23, his last season, competed for a championship, go home tour in year 23 in Cleveland.
Y'all think he can end up in Cleveland?
Yeah.
I gotta say the whole thing again. So Cleveland literally just traded for Lonzo, which is a guard, a point guard, a legit point guard. Yeah, them getting Lonzo means that Cleveland is going to get off Darius Garland, and because in order for the Cleveland to work out in terms of like money and contract wise, they will have to send both Jared Allen and Darius Garland away. If they send Darius Garland and Jarrett Allen away to the Lakers, who needs a center and another guard with Luka, that brings LeBron James over, which also, listen to this, LeBron James last year, that money comes off for all three of those players off the books. So which opens up for Cleveland to make another move to get Giannis Antetokounmpo the next year. Don't listen. Listen, it is happening. Don't be like, damn, Trail. Just know, I know this, bro. I know it.
I'm not mad that you said that, and I think that probably makes more sense than any of the other LeBron back to Cleveland scenarios than I've heard all season.
I think that's the only way he gets back to Cleveland.
Now Giannis going to Cleveland, I don't know.
I'm lying about that.
Now look, man, that'd be the death trade where they're like, you know what? Hey, send down Mitchell S.
But it does make more sense, even if they weren't trying to get Bron. It does make a little bit more sense. You kind of getting the ball. You're gonna have the ball in Donovan Mitchell's hands more. It's gonna be less guards to, for him to have to share the rock with. But in this scenario, that is you really think about it lineup wise, like that is kind of a perfect lineup for them. Yeah. Lonzo at point, Mitch at the 2, Bron at the 3. Who will be?
You get a serviceable center, and then you get Evan Mobley at the 4.
Pretty much.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, you figure out that situation too. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like I said, it's more.
And then the East is wide open. You literally only have to worry about the. You literally only have to worry about the Knicks.
It's really the Knicks.
The Knicks and
if the Magic stay healthy, I'm high on the Magic. I'm like, if the Magic
I think the Magic
healthy,
too. I just think
Magic
they won't figure. The Magic won't figure it out until they figure out. And I hope I eat these words, but one day they're gonna have to pick between Franz and Paolo. It's just gonna have to happen.
We might be 2 years away from that discussion.
They just gonna have to pick between.
At the earliest, we have a discussion at All-Star Weekend. But I think we're another 2 years from that discussion of like one of them got to go. And the correct answer is Franz Wagner. You can send that German elsewhere. I think Paolo's going to be great.
Because they never, bro. I don't think they ever had I don't think there was ever in a situation where both of them niggas had good games.
It's very rare.
Right.
But I think once again, if you actually get a point guard on that team, I think it makes it work.
I'm also surprised they didn't go for Lonzo either, but hey.
Once again, I don't know. Well, but either way, we shall see what Cleveland does, because with LeBron opting in, and then how do I want to phrase this? The Rich Paul statement, which where it's like, yeah, a lot of past tense in there. It's like, hey, bro, what you talking about, man? What you talking about? So it's like it's a mix of we'll stay here. Y'all gotta make the right moves. But if you want to get better, get some futures, you can use him out of here, but we gonna have to say where he go. No trade.
The only option will be Cleveland, though.
I mean, the Lakers do a good job at making the people who put in work for them feel good. Like they do a good job with that. Also, like you're helping the Lakers out. Like that's the thing. It's something that benefits both teams. It's not something that just benefit me or something that just benefit the Lakers. Something that benefits both teams.
Yeah.
Luka's timetable is not LeBron's timetable. You know what I'm saying?
Even though I'm willing to argue that, look, as much as I love Luka, he still gotta try to, like, the way how the league is, you want to try to win now. It's possible to win now. It's just tough with LeBron just opting in. But you can still pretty much put a competitive squad together now and still be competitive. Like, yes, the West is a war zone, but as we kind of saw, OKC is still beatable. They went 7 against just Jokic and Aaron Gordon. They're beatable. We just saw them go 7 against Tyrese Halliburton. Well, Pascal Siakam with Tyrese Halliburton kind of struggling most of the series. So and TJ McConnell cooking. So they're beatable. They're not a destructive force. They're a great team, but they're not, oh yeah, like you gotta be worried like this is 2016 Warriors concern. I don't think it's that.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have a chip on their shoulder next year, so you gotta be vigilant of that too.
Yeah, people are definitely gonna be like, "Oh, y'all didn't really, do such and such, or y'all weren't as dominant as most dominant championship teams may usually look." So they probably take offense to that.
If anything, they're going to be more comfortable. Like I give them that they're going to be more comfortable, and I think the main thing is the improvement will be more on their improvement of Chet, but I don't really see as OKC as world beaters.
No,
but if you it's just a matter of who, and once again, the Lakers are in cap hell in a sense, but they draft well. I like who they did draft. That dude's going to be a really good guy. That second guy they drafted in the second round, I think he's going to be really good. Nothing special, but like he's going to be a really good role player. It's just what you turn certain players into. That's all it is, and how I view it. Who do you turn, and what do you?
Now I say, I'm gonna keep it a mean.
Y'all spoke on Austin Reeves, not
That's what I was gonna bring out. So, with this whole Bron and Lakers situation, if Bron retired a Laker, I don't think Austin Reeves would be on that team.
Look, man,
Austin Reeves is their best asset right now.
Yeah.
Like,
and you could really flip him for a big.
Like, it did, to be honest with you, you kind of don't need Austin Reeves. Like, you got Luka Doncic. You don't want two guards who both don't play defense, bro. With LeBron James, who also don't play defense unless it's the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I think on that end, I think you'll want to see what you can get out there for Austin Reeves. Shoot, I'm Cleveland. Hey, Austin Reeves, Jared Allen, straight up. Like, shoot, fuck it. I'll call Cleveland for Jared Allen. See what he wants. See what they want with him.
Jared Allen, Max Strus.
You want Max Strus too, just for Austin Reeves?
Contract? Look, I think because Austin Reeves wants more money.
I know that's why, but you gotta pay a nigga if you don't want to. I think they're gonna want to get off Jared Allen contract eventually anyway.
No, I agree. I felt like they should have tried to trade the man because I don't think he's the center you pair with Mobley.
Yeah. I think you want more of a center that has space to floor and stuff like that.
Which ain't that many of them in the league, but.
There's not. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what you do for Austin Reeves, but I think that I'm on the train that they should have traded Austin Reeves the moment they knew they was getting Luka.
Well, I still think in the shock of it all, they were just shocked. I still believe the man was shocked that they were even getting the man, but also you gotta remember when they first got Luka, he was still coming off his quad injury or whatever.
Nigga, that was I heard that was a calf sprain.
Oh no, it was a calf. So, which once again, why Luka was like, I'm not rushing to come back. You think I'm dumb? I'm not as athletic as KD. My Achilles can pop easier than his. But you kind of have to try to keep a competitive team to appease one Raymond James. So I get why you keep him, but I think Austin Reeves I think you can get things. They just gotta figure out what, and also figure out other things as well. But we'll see. But what was I about to say? What else happened? Mugs. Oh yeah, we briefly talked about James Harden when the news broke out, but James Harden is getting an extension. Technically, it's a 1.5 type trade. I mean, type deal. First year is fully guaranteed. That player option partially guaranteed, which is hilarious. We just lost day trail, but yeah, Harden's deal is a partially guaranteed player option. Today? Yeah, just the notification. Yeah, the notification just popped up like 20 minutes ago. But so Harden's going to stay with the Clippers, so we'll see what happens in regards to that. Clippers overall pretty happy for him in regards to that. Get your money, brother. But either way, we'll see what happens. But
yeah.
But
how much longer does Kawhi have left on his deal?
I think he just got a max last year.
Oh well. Oh, you're right. Because that's why Paul George. Yeah, because Paul George was asking for the same, and they told him no. Yeah,
and they said no. Get the hell up out of there, boy. You goofy as hell. But yeah, so shout out to Harden. Bobby Portis just got an extension as well. So shout out to Bobby Portis. At this point, look, this free agency class is starting to get more and more mid by the day. By the hour at this point. And I think goes back to Sean's report a couple weeks ago where he said, look, it's going to be a lot of trades. And even like I was going to say this as well on the pod, players is about to learn their real worth with this second apron. Welcome to CJ McCollum CBA, because
I think it's a good and a bad thing.
It is. It's a mix. It's a significant mix of things, but as you saw with
teams got to be smarter with their money.
That's their money, but because they got more money than me. So, but
I mean, like in terms of like building, like you don't want to be
building a roster.
Yeah, like just building a roster. Like you don't want to just be signing like, because remember when the first TVD deal came around and everybody was getting bread, bro.
Timothy Mozgov contract,
the Dame girl type shit.
But Chandler Parsons contracts.
Bro, that is one of the nastiest contracts in NBA history, because he literally played
30 NBA games and got generational wealth.
Not even that. It was just after the injury he kept getting paid.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he don't deserve it, get your bread, but he kept getting paid and never played. That injury, but it was because of the accident that he got in, so it was like it was nothing that you could do.
I know, but but as you kind of see with the Timberwolves and their deals, look, if this was 2 seasons ago, Naz Reid was going to see $200 million.
Yeah.
Julius Randle would have saw $200 million if this was 2 seasons ago. In a realistic sense, $33 million for Julius Randle is very good money. Very good money for Julius Randle. Great player, all-star level guy. Naz Reid, I think his was about a little over $25 million a year. Good money for a guy like Naz Reid, who's a potential starter on most teams in this league. Good money. So with that said, I'm happy with how the Timberwolves look at it, but also I think some of these agents are like, look, man, these teams is trying to be a little stingy. If you are not a bona fide all-star level player on top of all NBA, you're not seeing that high $200 million, $300 million that Tatum and Brown got. You're just not. So yeah, so it's just a matter of, look, Muggs got to move right, man. That's all I ask for. Y'all just got to move right, and we go forward.
Play to your strengths, and hopefully they rock with you.
Yep. So we'll see. People just gonna have to be real honest. Like that's why I think Austin Austin Reeves. I was like, bro, you're on the same level as a Naz Reid type guy, and you rejected it. Like, bro, why?
I don't think it's as bad as when Dennis Schroeder turned it down, but at the same time,
not bad. But it's like, bro,
still like
your money now.
You gotta look at the market.
Look at the market, because either way, they could sign and trade you, and you get your
wells
money.
Dry up fast, depending on what's going on.
Exactly. You are a bad injury away. Just be real. So, but we'll wrap it up from there. When does free agency start? Because the way all these moves is popping up, it's crazy right now. But NBA free.
Isn't it July? It's not July 1st.
No, it's tomorrow. Tomorrow at 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, tomorrow at 5 is when the agency starts. So hey, I don't really, once again, I don't think anything significant is happening. I really don't think so. It's just a matter of
mainly because all of them trades, a lot of them big moves happen during the playoffs and the finals.
Yeah, that boss. I think we're still waiting to see. I think it's gonna be more. It's going to be more. So
there'll definitely be more. I don't know if I would say anything big. Maybe one more big, but depends on who it is.
It maybe two. Like if the cryptic Rich Paul statement has any truth to it, I think that might be the blow up, the world is exploding type move. Or at this point, I don't think Giannis is going nowhere. I don't think he's going anywhere at this point.
Because the only team that can realistically give them anything that they really want right now, and that would have been San Antonio, and they kept both of their picks. They said
you can still
you can still do it, but I think they want to. If they were gonna do it, they would have did it.
Exactly. So we'll see what happens either way. But yeah. So
and again, Milwaukee doesn't have to do anything. He still has 3 years left on his deal.
Yeah, but he never really genuinely requested
that too.
He just So
it'd been different if Giannis was like got on Twitter and was like, "Let's go, I'm out."
Trade me in Greek is gonna be crazy,
and take my brother with me.
Like, look, man, it's like a box of chocolates. Who cares? But let's go ahead and wrap this up. I guess we lost Daytra. He lost his signal or whatever. But we'll wrap this up. We appreciate you guys as always. Next time we record, we'll recap everything that's going on in wrestling. Like I said, basketball off seasons be busting. So we'll give you guys updates when we can. Also, it is a nice time for us to take our mini off and on breaks and hiatuses. So if you guys get an episode that something happened, or we're just talking wrestling, shooting the breeze with the wrestling as well. But we appreciate you guys as always. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your people. Let them know you rock with us. Have a happy 4th of July. Be safe. You make sure you keep all your fingers. So take care of yourselves in regards to that. And that all said, also like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Twitter, Threes from the Ring, and follow the TikTok page as well too. So with that said, peace.